Hack and slash games are making a triumphant return. You get some free cool games, and an adult-only game passes $1 million on Kickstarter. My name is Force. Welcome back to the Force feed. Yes, another episode so soon. What did we do to deserve this, Papa Force? Well, basically, yesterday's episode was struck down by the almighty Google. YouTube, just like Sony, hates the female anatomy and is doing everything in their power to prevent me from talking about it. I need to make money off these videos, otherwise I'm gonna go back to bartending? Come on, Google. I don't want to have to go back to school. Let me keep making YouTube videos, please. I won't talk about women anymore, I promise. Let's get into the news. First up today, I want to talk about some cool looking hack and slash ARPGs that are coming out in the not too distant future. It looks like the genre might be making a triumphant return. So first up, we got this new game called Pagan Online. This thing came out of nowhere and is being called Diablo meets Warframe. It features slower, more deliberate combat than many hack and slash ARPGs on the market, with a WASD movement system similar to games like Battlerite and attacks that lock you in place. It features 8 playable classes inspired by old folks' tales with these set play styles and abilities. Apparently there's not much skill variation. You basically pick a class and you just use what they have. There's also cosmetic customization, and being a hack and slash ARPG, they're promising plenty of loot. Now the game itself is based off of these Slavic myths and sagas, and it's got this really clean and polished look. I'm incredibly impressed with like the gameplay footage that I've seen so far. Now, it's not without concerns. There's a few issues being raised by people, primarily the game's publisher Wargaming, who you probably know from titles like World of Tanks and World of Warships. While in some ways they're cool, fun games, in other ways they feel very predatory with their monetization. Now, at the moment, you can buy the game for $30 through Steam's Early Access, and yes, the game does already have loot boxes in it, but they can only be earned in-game, and the developer is promising there's gonna be no microtransactions or anything like that. This is just a game that you buy for $30 and you play, and that's it. That's what they're saying. Who knows if that's gonna end up changing. Now, I've been hearing a lot of positive feedback from this, but interestingly enough, Steam user reviews have the reception as mixed right now. I don't really usually put too much stock into the user reviews. I just usually go off people whose opinions I trust for games that I've enjoyed in the past. I'm keen to check this thing out. You know, I have kind of a history with hack and slash games. Diablo was a huge game of my childhood. Diablo 1, Diablo 2, and I covered Diablo 3 here on the YouTube channel, so I'm definitely keen on new good ones coming out. So speaking of the genre, we also had a new trailer for Torchlight Frontiers introducing the Railmaster class that lays down tracks and deploys a powerful train, also wielding a big old hammer. Now, Frontiers is the shared world ARPG that's set in the same universe as Torchlight's 1 and 2, although it's being made by a different company, so that's something to keep in mind. It's also going to have new classes, player forts, and this horizontal character progression. And then finally, we also just had a trailer for this game Warhammer CHAOSBANE. They've got their private beta going on from now until April 24th, where you can play as the Dwarf Slayer or Wood Elf Waywatcher and fight through the streets of Prague. Now, this ARPG is set, of course, in the Warhammer universe and features 4-player local and online co-op. Watching the trailer for this thing was quite funny. Some choice quotes that they decided to include, including "The loot system shows promise," and "The game fulfills the obligations of a dungeon crawler." Not exactly ringing endorsements, and I know those quotes are taken a bit out of context. It's just fun. It's just kind of funny. Come on, we're having some fun. Compared to the other 2 games that we just talked about, this one by far looks the worst in terms of the gameplay footage that we've seen. The animations, character models, graphics, and just the way the gameplay looks isn't that impressive. And then on top of that, it's got a $50 price tag. I mean, I know they probably have to pay a shit ton of money to the Warhammer IP or whatever to license out the universe, but damn, dude, $50, that's gonna be a hard sell, especially when you go off the super polished ARPGs that exist on the market now, like Diablo 3 and Path of Exile. It's when you got a game that looks like this and you're also charging $50, it's gonna be a little tough to convince people to get in there. Yeah, hack and slash ARPGs, we got some cool stuff coming up. I'm excited about all of these, and I'm super stoked about Pagan Online. I don't know if it's actually gonna end up being great, but literally just appeared out of nowhere as far as I'm concerned. I had not heard about this game until yesterday, and then after looking into it, it seems pretty cool, if only it weren't for Wargaming. A couple other things I want to tell you guys about today. First off, there are 2 free games. The first one is Assassin's Creed Unity. This is coming in response to the Notre Dame fires that happened on Monday. Ubisoft has made Unity available available for free to everyone on Uplay. Also, in addition to this, they're not just using this tragedy of the church catching fire to promote their own game. They also said they're donating money to the restoration of the Notre Dame. So cool stuff all around. Unity, I think a game worth checking out if you like Assassin's Creed and you want to explore the streets of Paris. Another free game is Transistor. It's free on the Epic Games Store. This is a very cool sci-fi action RPG from the company who made Bastion and Pyre. I played the heck out of this thing when it first released and I really enjoyed it. The company that makes this is really, really good. Like, they make some really interesting game with cool characters, cool combat. It's free. All you gotta do is the Epic Games Store, which everyone hates. Now, the final thing I want to talk today, I'm going to be super brief and I'm going to mention as little as possible because I don't want Google demonetizing my videos. A new game called Subverse going through Kickstarter just hit $1 million and they still got like over a week in funding. Now, this is worth noting because this is a game that's reaching funding that is pretty exceptional, but it's also in a genre that you don't see too much of, and that is the adult erotica video game genre. Yes, this is basically like an erotic Mass Effect. I'm not going to show too much gameplay. I don't want to talk too much about it. I just, for the adults out there who are looking for that kind of experience in their video game, this thing is out there and there's a lot of people excited about it. So I guess go check it out. Please don't monetize me, Google. Not 2 days in a row. What did I do to offend you? All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for me here today. I know a little quicker turnaround on these videos than I have typically been doing. I've talked about in the past how I want to be doing these videos more frequently. I have fun making these videos. They're pretty straightforward and easy to do. And as long as you guys enjoy it, great. As long as Google stops demonetizing me, fantastic. I do got merch if you guys like logos that look like this and you want to wear them on your body. Check that out, link below. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy the show. I'll see you later. I noticed you guys been calling me daddy in the YouTube section. If you could stop that, it's making me uncomfortable.